Most beekeepers are running a business with 9 revenue streams and only harvesting 1. They pull honey in August, sell it for $10 a pound at the farmer's market, and call the season done. Meanwhile, the same 2 hives sitting in their backyard were quietly producing 8 other products the entire year that never got collected, never got sold, and never got turned into income. This is not a niche opportunity. This is not some exotic fringe market. These are products with documented demand, established buyer networks, and price points that make honey look like the least valuable thing your bees produce. One of them sells for $300 a gram. Another generates $8,000 a pound at wholesale. A third has a waiting list so long that most small producers sell out before they ever list publicly. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what all 9 products are, what they sell for, and how to start producing them from hives you already have without a single extra square foot of land. Here is the problem with how most people approach beekeeping as a business. You start with honey. That makes sense. Honey is visible. Honey is familiar. Honey is what everybody asks about when you tell them you keep bees. So you focus on honey. You buy more supers, you chase better forage, you try to push your per hive yield from 30 pounds to 50 pounds. And maybe you get there. At $12 a pound, 2 hives producing 50 pounds each gives you $1,200 a season. One season. After expenses, you kept maybe $600. That is not a business. That is an expensive hobby with a small cashback reward at the end. The beekeepers generating $5,000 a month from 2 to 4 hives are not producing more honey than you. They are producing more products. They understood something the hobby beekeeping world almost never talks about. A single colony is not a honey machine. It is a biological manufacturing facility running 9 simultaneous production lines. Most beekeepers are operating one of them. Product 1. Propolis. Propolis is the resinous compound bees collect from tree buds and bark and use to seal the hive. It is one of the most potent, natural antimicrobial substances ever studied. Researchers have documented activity against over 300 pathogens. The supplement industry, the cosmetics industry, and the natural medicine market all want it, and none of them can synthesize it. Raw propolis sells at wholesale for $8 to $12 per ounce. Pharmaceutical-grade tinctures retail for $40 to $80 per 2-ounce bottle. A single hive produces 100 to 300 grams of harvestable propolis per season, using a simple propolis trap that costs $8 and takes 30 seconds to install. Most beekeepers scrape it off their equipment and throw it away. Product 2. Bee pollen. A colony collects 50 to 100 pounds of pollen per year. You can intercept a portion of that using a bottom-board pollen trap without harming the colony's nutritional reserves. Fresh raw pollen sells for $10 to $20 per ounce at health food stores and online. Dried pollen from diverse forage sources commands even more. The sports nutrition market, the allergy treatment market, and the raw food market are all active buyers. 2 hives with pollen traps running during peak bloom periods can generate 10 to 15 pounds of harvestable pollen per season. At $12 an ounce, that is $920 to $880 from a product most beekeepers never collect. Product 3. Beeswax. You are already producing this. Every pound of honey harvested comes with wax cappings that most small-scale beekeepers melt down into blocks and sell for $8 to $10 a pound. That is the lowest value form of beeswax. The same pound of raw wax processed into hand-poured candles sells for $80 to $120 in finished product. Lip balms, wood conditioner, leather polish, beard balm, cosmetic creams, every one of those products carries a 400 to 800% markup over raw wax. The materials are 3 ingredients. The skill is 1 afternoon of learning. The margin is the difference between a side product and a primary income stream. Product 4. Comb honey. Raw comb honey, honey still sealed in the original beeswax comb, sells for $25 to $45 per half-pound section at specialty grocers and online. The same honey extracted and jarred sells for $12 a pound. You are selling the exact same product at 3 to 4 times the price simply by not extracting it. Ross round sections and cut comb production require minor equipment adjustments and a colony that draws comb well. Buckfast genetics, as it happens, are excellent for this. The premium comb honey market has more demand than supply in most regions. Most buyers who find a reliable source never go anywhere else. Product 5. Nucleus colonies. Every spring, beekeepers across the country are desperate for bees. Package bees are back-ordered. Nucleus colonies from Quality Genetics are sold out by January for April delivery. A 5-frame nucleus colony from locally overwintered, locally adapted stock sells for $200 to $300 depending on region and genetics. A single strong, overwintered colony can produce 2 to 4 splits in spring without compromising your honey season. 2 hives producing 3 splits each at $250 per nuke generates $1,500 before the first nectar flow of the year. You are selling a product your colony produces automatically as part of its spring buildup. You are redirecting that growth into revenue instead of a swarm that flies into your neighbor's tree. Product 6. Queen cells and mated queens. A mated queen from Quality Genetics sells for $35 to $100. A grafted queen cell sells for $15 to $30. There is a permanent shortage of quality, locally mated queens in every region of the country. Commercial queen operations in California and Hawaii cannot fill demand. Local queens, mated to local drones and adapted to local conditions, command premium prices and loyal repeat buyers. Learning to graft takes 1 season of practice. Once you can produce 20 queens per round and run 4 rounds per season, you are generating $1,400 to $8,000 per year from a skill that uses equipment you already own. Product 7. Royal Jelly. This is where the numbers become difficult to believe until you verify them. Raw royal jelly sells for $50 to $150 per ounce at retail. Pharmaceutical-grade fresh royal jelly sells for $400 to $500 per pound at wholesale to supplement manufacturers and cosmetics companies. A single colony under a royal jelly harvesting protocol can produce 500 grams per season. The harvesting process is labor-intensive and requires equipment, but small producers running 6 to 10 hives on a royal jelly protocol report this as their single highest revenue product by a significant margin. The Asian supplement market, the European cosmetics market, and the US natural health market are all active buyers. Most American beekeepers have never attempted to produce it. Product 8. Bee venom. Bee venom, apitoxin, sells for $150 to $300 per gram purified. It is used in arthritis research, multiple sclerosis treatment protocols, and high-end cosmetics marketed under the term apitherapy. Collection uses a venom collection device that delivers a mild electrical pulse, prompting bees to sting through a membrane and deposit venom without dying. A strong colony produces approximately 1 gram of collectible venom per session. Demand from research institutions, pharmaceutical developers, and apitherapy practitioners consistently exceeds supply. This is not a mainstream product. It is a specialty market with almost no domestic competition and price points that reframe what a backyard hive is worth. Product 9. Mead. Fermented honey wine. 1 gallon of mead requires approximately 3 pounds of honey and retails for $25 to $60 per bottle at craft markets, farmers markets, and direct sales depending on local regulations. A 5-gallon batch uses 15 pounds of honey and produces roughly 25 bottles. At $30 a bottle, that is $750 from 15 pounds of honey that would have sold for $180 extracted and jarred. Regulations on home fermentation and sale vary by state, but cottage production laws in most states permit direct sales at farmers markets without a full commercial license. The mistakes that prevent most beekeepers from ever accessing these revenue streams are not complicated. The first is assuming honey is the product. Honey is one of 9. Treating it as the entire business means operating at the lowest margin your hive produces. The second is trying to launch all 9 at once. Pick 2. Propolis and pollen traps require almost no additional labor and generate immediate income from equipment that costs under $20. Start there. Add 1 product per season as you learn each market. The third is underpricing out of habit. If you have been selling extracted honey at $10 a pound for 3 years, $45 for a comb section feels uncomfortable. It should not. Different product, different market, different buyer. The person paying $45 for comb honey is not the person who haggled you down to $10 at the farmer's market. Stop conflating them. The fourth is ignoring the compound effect. 2 hives producing propolis, pollen, comb sections, and 2 spring splits, while also supplying honey, is not 2 hives anymore. It is a multi-product apiary generating income across 12 months instead of 6 weeks in August. Picture your operation 1 year from now. Propolis traps running from April through September. Pollen traps intercepting peak bloom production. Comb sections going into the super in June. 3 spring splits sold before February. Beeswax rendered into candles selling at $24 each. 1 queen rearing round in July producing 15 mated queens at $65 each. You did not add land. You did not add hives. You added knowledge about what your existing colonies were already producing that you were leaving on the table every single season. Drop a comment right now. Which of these 9 products are you going to start with? I read every one. Subscribe and hit the bell because next week I am breaking down the full production calendar for a 2-hive apiary, month by month, product by product, so you know exactly what to harvest, when, and where to sell it. Your hives were already producing this, now you know what to do with it.